Hello, hello, welcome back to the island. My name is Donald, aka the Scruffy Looking Gamer, and today we're going to take a look at two cards that are sure to make waves on the Kryptik Island. Alright, we're going to get started today with Amador Reignited Passion. Amador is an 11/14 for 5 total soul cost, white and blue, steadfast, and whenever an opponent plays a spell, they must pay 2 or it's countered. So Amador is the first that we've seen of this effect in Kryptik. This is a tax effect, making the opponent's spells cost more. It is important to note that in Kryptik, a spell is a spell and not citizens aren't spells. In Magic, everything is considered a spell other than lands. So that wording is very specific, that it is only on spells. So your capital punishments, your rash judgments, your mortal blows, all are going to cost 2 more. At 5 soul cost, Amador is a bit expensive. A lot of people are thinking this slots right into the blue-white aggro deck to counter control. I disagree. I don't think that this is a blue-white aggro card. This is a sideboard card. 100%. This is going to go in sideboards. But I just don't know that that deck can afford 5. On 5, you're going to be wanting to play Crucial or hoping they're already dead at that on 5. But I mean, maybe this can be a sideboard slot for blue-white aggro on the play. On turn 4, they drop an Amara. Turn 5, you drop Amador, and then you're going to be taxing everything, the value engine that they're getting from Amara. It's possible on the draw. I just don't think it's going to happen at 5. We'll see, but I mean, it's definitely worth trying. The sideboard of blue-white is kind of non-existent anyway, so it definitely can slot in there at this point, and it can be worth a shot. Where I think this is really going to shine is in the control mirrors. Control's already playing all 4 colors anyway, so blue and white isn't any problem for them to get down anyway. And then in games 2 and 3, bringing this out of the sideboard to make your opponent have to pay more for their spells while your spells are still the normal cost. I think that's where we're going to see a lot of this. He is pretty much a sideboard staple at this point because we don't have a lot of sideboard staples. So hopefully we're going to be getting more stuff, and maybe then he won't be. But at this point, with what we know, I see this slotting into a lot of sideboards that can handle the blue-white requirement. I think that's going to be at least something people will attempt starting out to really counteract that control deck that is kind of going unanswered at this point. So next we got another card that I'm really excited about. This is Eligor, Royal Advisor. He is 2 soul costs, 1 in a black, a 6/6, and when he enters the island, you may place a card from your hand into your soul row. And this does not count as your 1 soul card that you can play per turn. So on turn 2, you drop Eligor, you drop another card into your soul row. Important to note that it doesn't say that it comes into your soul row engaged. So you can still, if you on turn 2 you drop Eligor down, you drop a card into your soul row, you potentially can drop another 1 drop down, which is great. Normally effects like this, you see they'll enter the extra card would enter engaged or tapped, but not in this case. So we saw a card earlier in the week that is really happy to see Eligor, and that was Malka. Whenever you place a second card into your soul row in a turn, you draw 1. So on turn 1, you drop Malka. Turn 2, you drop Eligor. Drop an additional card into your soul row. Now, you've just dropped a lot of cards down, so you're running out. But Malka is going to trigger and draw you another card. So that's really, really good. First of all, for the Ascendants were already lacking card draw. This makes up for that in a big way. But then, what if off Eligor, if you are dropping in Coco? So on turn 2, you are ramping up. You now have 3 soul on turn 2. Uh, you drop Coco, you draw your card off Malka, and then you bounce whatever your opponent has back to their hand. I mean, that is so much value on turn 2. And it'll just snowball from there if done right. If you can continue to put extra cards into your soul, draw more cards off Malka so that you're not really losing cards, that this deck is going to be strong. If it's not strong, it's going to be a whole lot of fun, which it already was fun anyway, but we had to kind of wait till like turn 4, turn 5 to kind of make it go off. But with Malka and with Eligor, this already is shaping up to be a fantastic deck that I cannot wait to play. I want to play it right now. So we still don't know when Wicked Prophecy comes out, but whenever we find out, I'm marking my calendar. I'm taking off work that day. I'm building this deck, and I'm going to make all of my friends hate playing against me, and it's going to be great. Well, that about wraps it up for today. There's plenty more spoilers ahead, so make sure you hit that subscribe button so you don't miss a thing. Until next time, see you on the island.